Hi, welcome to Ask Love Coach. Kindly subscribe if you're new to my channel. So today I'll be talking about unconditional love. From my last video, I spoke about the foundation of any great marriage, any long-lasting, love-filled marriage. I mentioned unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, and being present. So unconditional love is my topic for today. I'm sure you guys have heard any of these phrases. Love is a scam. Love is not enough in a marriage. Love is marriage is a scam. All of these phrases. That might be true if your relationship is focusing on unconditional love. I'm emphasizing unconditional love for a reason. I want you to grab your marriage book and come on here. So, what is unconditional love? Unconditional love is the kind of love you give without expectation, the kind of love you will give to a stranger, the kind of love you will give to a human being, the kind of love you will give to a beggar, the kind of love you give to your servant, your megad, your security man, the kind of love you will give to a child that is not yours, the kind of love you will give to an elderly person. Just the fact that you're human. It is an act of service. It's about giving, it's about service. It's about service. It's about what you embody. It's about who you are. Love is from God, and love is. I want you to understand that I can understand where people come from when they use that phrase, love is not enough in a marriage. The only problem I have with that phrase is that a lot of people are actually believing that it is true, and that's concerning to me. I hope I'm able to use this video to at least help one person to understand that unconditional love is not just designed for marriage or for relationship. It's supposed to be who we are at our core. So, a lot of us go into relationships or marriages knowing very well we're not compatible with our spouse or whoever we choose as a partner. Yet, we'll go into it. We want to stay into it as much as possible. Some of us have this mentality of fixing someone, of changing someone, of not being alone. So we rather be with someone, whether the person is good for us or not. I want you to understand there's a huge difference between love and compatibility. I want you to understand there's a difference between loving someone and being in love with someone. If you have the two in a relationship or in a marriage, of course, that is phenomenal. That's our prayer point. But love is all you need in a marriage and in a relationship. I beg of you, don't think twice when you ever hear this. Cancel it from your thoughts. As we've been in bad relationships, marriages, and oftentimes, good marriages and relationships haven't been modeled to us in a good way. A lot of people seem to reflect or show us that they are just in a marriage to endure it. A lot of people, unhappy people, are in marriages and in relationships. That is not to say they don't have a huge amount of people who are also balling in their marriages and in their relationships. But if you speak to those people who are having love-filled, happy marriages and relationships, they have one thing in common. They have their spirituality. Spirituality is not just you being a part of some religion, but they understand the importance of walking in their wholeness. They've made their mistakes and they've learned from their mistakes. And they made a conscious choice and effort to do better. So they decided to perhaps see a therapist or do some work on themselves. But they have, had a deep reflection about relationships that didn't work for them. A lot of great people have had bad experiences in life. So the fact that you refuse to leave a relationship that wasn't serving you is not enough for you to agree or assume or believe that love is not what you need to be in a relationship. Sadly, you made a wrong choice. Sadly, you did not understand that you were not compatible with someone. Very sad. And that is why I'm actually making this video, because I want someone to truly hear me. Love is beautiful. If I ask you a question now, I don't want you can leave it in the comment section if you like. Of course, I would like that, but get your marriage book and write for me. So let's say I'm in a relationship with you. How would you know that I love you? How would you know that I love you? I want you to describe how you would know that I love you. I bet everything you will write down in that book will be very descriptional in terms of action. You're going to tell me if you love me. You're going to listen to me. You're going to respect me. You're going to trust me. So let's say you love me. The first question is, if you love me, how would I know that you love me? Okay. So if I'm in a relationship with you, how would you know that? How would I make you to trust me? And how would you know that I trust you? How would you know that I respect you? And how would I give you respect? Because at the end of the day, it's about give and take. So for you to know that I respect you, you have to do some actions, isn't it? Respect me by the way you treat me. Respect me by the way you value me. So if you value me well, you're going to treat me well. If you don't value me, of course, you're not going to do that. So let's go to trust. How would I know that you trust me? I'm going to be faithful to you. I'm going to be honest to you. And your behavior, the way you talk to me. When we have issues, how do we resolve these issues? When I have concern, how do you show up for it? Do I feel heard in the relationship? Are we communicating our issues? Are we communicating our commitments, our goals, what we want to achieve about this relationship? You see that all of those things we list individually is what love embodies. We focus on the feeling side of things. Even though indirectly, we're talking about the actions. So you will see someone in a relationship saying, my partner doesn't respect me. So what does he or she need to do something to respect you? Whatever they do, it's action. You see, that's what love is about. It's about service. It's about action. It's a doing word. The feeling part is very much about your emotions. It's about your emotions. In essence, I don't want to sound religiously or biblically or whichever way, but I'm going to give you some characteristics of what unconditional love looks like. It's patient, it's kind, it's not envious, that is contented and thankful. Humility, it's not proud and boastful, it's respectful, selfless, honest, protects, trusting, hopeful, persistent, banishes fear. So I don't have to be anxious or insecure, have heartache, which many of you, that's what you experience. So it's sacrificial, it's sincere, forgiveness, faithfulness, compassionate, giving, support. Everything I've listed has to be expressed in an action way. So if you came to me to say, oh, I was laid off from work today, good is happening to me today, and I came to you as my partner, you're going to use words, you're going to use actions, isn't it? If something bad happened today to me and you're my partner, you're gonna use words and you're gonna use what? Actions. So at the end of the day, all of those things we say we need respect, we need trust, we need loyalty, faithfulness, humility, we need communication, of course. Apparently, many of you do not know that that's what love embodies. That's why when people say unconditional love, love is not enough, I wonder what else do you need in a relationship? Because when you love somebody, let me give you a synergy, actually, an example. If you love your child, which I think you do, this is someone you don't have sex with, of course, but you show them, I believe what you show them is what you consider love. It's very action. It's not so much about how you feel. Of course, you have feelings for them, but the feelings is not, it's not taking away the actions. You cook for your children, you clean after them, you gift them, you speak to them. Those are things that you do, because the kind of love you give to your child will be different to the kind of love you give to a stranger. But at the end of the day, it's all love. It's about you picking and choosing which aspect relates to who you're dealing with. What many of us consider as why many of us think love is not enough in a relationship is because it's based on our feelings. And when that feeling is not reciprocated to us, we just go into the zone mode. My heart is broken. I feel alone in the relationship. I don't believe in relationship because every experience you've had was bad. The problem is many of us don't know when to leave a relationship that is not serving us. We work so hard running to people that we don't have business with. So by the time we leave a relationship, we're not living with any form of love. We're living with hatred, resentment. We're already broken. So when we're going into another relationship, it's like our guard is already up. So it takes so much for you to even become normal again, because your brain is programmed to believe that relationship should not have love in it. All I want is respect. That thing which you want is also under the umbrella of love. If you are a religious person, I urge you to tap into your religious book. There are so many who don't study a lot of things. We don't study things like love, like marriage, like relationships. We don't study things like money. We just want to figure it out, however we figure it out. That is why I'm actually in this space, to at least help one person. Love should be given to everybody. It's not reserved for your partner only. Because what happens is you think it's reserved for someone, then you go into that relationship and you're exercising all of these things you're not used to because it's not who you are. And when it's not reciprocated back, you feel so empty. You feel used. You feel worn out. So I want to challenge you to start practicing love. Start giving love to any human being that's within your network, be it your maid, your servant, your gardener, the people on the checkout when you're shopping online, to strangers, to children, to elders, to your colleagues at work. Those little day-to-day could be holding door for someone to get in. In your relationship, it could be you just, making breakfast in bed for your partner. Using words of affirmation, encouraging them and supporting them in their areas of, life. Guiding someone, showing someone direction. These are little acts of service. It's not always money-based. Make it part of who you are. So I will recommend and I advise you and encourage you to love as a human being and love human being in general, regardless of what that person is to you. It could be holding a door for a stranger, offering to support or help someone who is carrying load on the street. The way you would honor and respect someone who is serving you, when you go to the shop or to the market to buy something. The way you would, talk to a child, to an elderly person, your security, your servant, your chef, your assistant. Start practicing with these people within your network. it will become so easy. Even when you're in a relationship, it doesn't look like it's a big deal. And learn how to walk away when you're not compatible with somebody. Walk away when you still have love in your heart. Relationship is not serving you. Learn how to walk away when you still have your sound mind. Don't wait until your energy is sapped completely. You are completely empty. You feel destroyed, shattered. You're in a bitter place. You're very bitter. You're resentful. You have hatred in your heart. Don't wait until you get to that point. God made you as a complete human being. I hear people use the word a whole human being. I don't know if you mean somebody with 2 eyes, a mouth, and 2 nostrils, 1 head, 2 hands. I'm talking about somebody. God made you complete in the sense, in your physical sense, in your mind, in your body, in your soul, like you're complete. You don't need anybody else. You have to just want somebody. Don't make it seem like you need someone to complete you. I've said a lot already. I really hope I got through to somebody today, at least one person. Love should not be reserved for one person. Love should be part of your humanity. Love should be part of your day-to-day. Make it a challenge to love somebody that you're not sleeping with, somebody that you're not having sex with, stranger, your co-workers, your classmates, whatever that is within your network. Because when you have it at the core of your heart, you will not feel bitter. You will know when to walk. You will love yourself enough to leave a relationship that does not deserve your presence. And you know the most powerful love? You loving someone and walking away from them just because you're not compatible. And showing unconditional love does not mean you should not have boundaries or have